is Govs Radio.
Govs Radio.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Excuse me. It is April 17th here on the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show, coming at you live on govsradio.com from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's happy and healthy and safe and sane and all those good things. But it's a Friday. Woo!
Woo! Everyone worked so hard commuting back and forth to the city.
Yeah,
and
doesn't matter.
Off to work, and now it's Friday. We can relax.
Woo! The weekend is here. We should celebrate.
Looking forward to all this time to do stuff.
To relax and stay home with our families. Hello, Rich Rada. Hello, Felix. Hello, Ann Brigada. I wasn't saying Ann, my mother, because my mother's watching too. Hi, Mom. Felix is there. Another chapter closed this week in this bunker for what?
For Knockem.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
We mentioned go ahead. Oh, were you going to say something?
No, I was just happy your mommy's watching.
Hello, Andrew Plajanos. Hello, Jeff Bosey. Hello, Lou Pratt. Yeah, my mother's watching. Thank you, everybody who watched yesterday's Quarantine Life.
Yeah, talk about it.
Our quarantine life was, everybody's shown, on the show what they're doing during this weird time. People are hanging out at home with their kids, and people are taking their dogs for walks, and people are singing in their houses. But also a part of this quarantine life is the social distancing and these drive-by parades that people are doing. It started out, at least as far as I know, with teachers driving through the neighborhoods that they teach in, so they can see their students and wave to them and just tell them they miss them and say hi and hope they're doing well. And it was, the kids felt good to see their teachers and say hi. But then it kind of went beyond that. Now, people are celebrating birthdays and celebrating occasions by just, driving through and honking their horns and waving to the person. So that's a part of everybody's quarantine life now. So that was what we did yesterday for quarantine life. I had the pleasure of being able to schedule all the hosts here at Govs Radio for what day they were going to host Quarantine Life. So I purposely set myself up for yesterday because yesterday was my mother's 75th birthday. So I set up one of those big parades, and that was our quarantine life. So I put the phone up and I just watched the whole thing. So thanks for dealing with my shaky camera as I was waving to everybody, talking to my mother, and watching the whole thing.
Hey, you put me on your birthday. No pressure. I just realized I'm on your birthday.
You just realized that?
No, I realized I was on your birthday, but I didn't realize, wow, a lot of pressure now.
Well, no, no pressure. They're just going to see you nude.
Because your birthday wish is for me to be nude all day long?
Isn't that everybody's birthday wish for their significant other?
I don't know.
So we had the parade yesterday for my mother. She was surprised. And of course, I don't know what that is. Sorry. So she was surprised. And of course, when I first, went to the house and said, come on down, you got to come outside, her response was, I'll be right there. I got to go to the bathroom.
All women do that.
Right. So we had to wait 3 minutes, but no, actually she was very quick. And it was great because she lives right across the street from an office building. They have a big parking lot. So I told everybody, just come in, park in this parking lot. We'll come right out. And a few people were like, you're going to gather right outside the house? I was like, don't worry. She's not. I just knew she would never look out the window.
I really thought that she would. I was like, she's just going to be like, what's all the hoopla out there about?
I knew as long as things were quiet.
Hi, Will Sharon.
Hey, Will Sharon and
but
Danielle
we're not
Asher.
Quiet.
And Jessica Sorrell. What's that?
We're loud.
Well, that's the thing. I knew as long as we were somewhat quiet, even if she looked out the window, she would just see people in the parking lot and just figure, okay, they got something going on over there.
Yeah, but
it was when people started coming in, and it was a very good turnout. So thank you to everybody. But which I'll get back to that. But so people were coming into the parking lot. There's only one way in and one way out of this parking lot.
Yeah, because it's a one-way street also.
Yeah, that too. So people were coming in, and then other people were coming in. They're starting to block doors, so now they're honking the horn at each other to keep moving into this parking lot. So I'm like, stop honking the horn. That's going to make her look out the window.
It's also the voices too, because we it's everyone we love. So I heard a few times people yelling across the parking lot, I want to hug you because I love and miss you so much. And it was like, I was probably one of them. But but I was waiting for her to hear voices.
Hello, Gina Conjemi Coffin. But either way, it worked out. She never, whether she looked out the window or not, I have no idea. But she didn't pick up on anything that was going on. So I told her to come out. And she was shocked. She had no idea, totally surprised. And she loved it. She actually reacted better to it than I thought she would.
You didn't think she would like it?
I didn't expect a negative reaction, but just the excitement of it, surprised me. Yeah.
Well, it's so sad especially when you have like a big birthday, like a 50 or a 75 or 21. Like those are the people that I feel relate. Like I'm gonna be my birthday's coming up soon, but it's just 53 or 4 or 54.
54.
Yeah. Like, who cares?
You were born in 1966.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, who cares about it? But, the milestones ones, I feel bad.
Well, she celebrated the way she normally does, drinking. So.
Okay, for everyone to know, Tony's mommy is not a drinker.
Yeah,
I feel like I have to let out that no, he didn't get his leg chewed off by a shark. I have to tell you people, it's like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen my mother drunk once. I can't
even imagine you seeing her drunk once.
Once.
I've seen her have a glass of wine 3 times in years, and I've been the pusher of it. I've been her drug dealer.
It was hilarious, actually. She went out, and I remember this vividly. I was, I think, 9 or 10. And she knows the story. We joke about it a lot, actually. And we lived with her mother, my grandmother. We lived with her for my first 12 years. So, and my grandmother was very old school Catholic, and
rosary beads, 17 times a day.
The statue of the Virgin Mary in front of the house. I mean, old school. So she, everything was the devil. Like, what's her name in The Waterboy? It's the devil. Football is the devil. Like everything was the devil according to my grandmother. So my mother went out for a Christmas party at her job, and
Jesus. That's good, right?
Jesus drank. That's how I see it.
She was there celebrating Jesus.
But yeah, so she came home, and you could see. And I remember, like I said, I was 8 or 9 at the very most. So I wasn't really. I don't know about most 9-year-olds or you guys, but when I was 8 or 9, I didn't really understand what drunk was.
Well, you're not Irish.
Exactly. Right. We're Italian. We know spaghetti. So she came home and I could see she was a little different. Like she seemed a little off, but I didn't really think much of it. But it wasn't until my grandmother was trying to talk to her, and my mother was at the kitchen sink, and she poured herself a glass of water.
Yeah.
And my grandmother's talking to her, and you could see my mother, like you could tell she wasn't really paying
Wanting
attention.
to talk.
Yeah. So my grandmother looks at her and says, "Are you listening to me?" And my mother turns to her, but because she was drunk, she couldn't coordinate putting the water in her mouth while turning her head.
Yeah.
Like instead of going like this,
Yeah.
she went like right out of Airplane. I have a drinking problem. Same thing. And then that was it. I remember laughing like, and as she's doing it, she went like this, huh?
Oh, poor Anne.
I remember like, holy crap, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
And she probably had one glass of wine or two.
Yeah, probably,
two.
yeah.
Yeah.
But my grandmother flipped out, "You're drunk!" and screaming at my mother for like an hour. And my mother just took the glass of water and she didn't react. She was just, and she walked to the stairs and she just went up to her bedroom while my grandmother was following her, yelling at her.
You have the devil in you.
Yeah, pretty much. That is the only time I've ever seen my mother drunk.
That's so funny.
It still makes me laugh. But so it was a great turnout. I'd like to thank my friends like you guys. What? Oh, is that just?
I don't know. I'm going to look.
Bear with us a second.
It's going. Okay, did you guys...
did it freeze on your end? On my iPad here, it looks like it froze.
Oh, my sister Lori's watching.
Hey, Lori.
I was thinking about you last night, Lori.
Thank you guys. Thanks. Speaking of birthdays, Lori just had a birthday a week or two ago.
Yes,
right?
she's
birthday.
92.
Wow.
Yeah. I have older sisters.
So thank you to you guys because you showed up in your own car. Your son Sam showed up in his car, and then Cindy showed up in her own car to make the parade bigger.
Yeah.
Joe Murphy.
Posters.
Joe Murphy showed up in his car. His daughter showed up in her car. His son took his own car, and then his wife and second daughter, they took a car. So there was 4 cars. So that extended.
Kevin couldn't go. He had online classes. I was like, can't you just like watch it like later on? He's like, no, they take attendance. I have a class, 2 classes in that hour. So I felt bad for him. But instead of just feeling bad for him, I made him make posters.
Yeah, right. Yes, Angel Plajanos. Yes, Mary on the half shell. That's exactly what we had in the front yard.
What's Mary on the half shell?
It's the statue of Mary, but like
I've seen the statues.
Yeah, but
Mary.
like the band shell. There's like this little oval thing behind her.
Yeah, I thought it was like some nun hat.
No, not that she's wearing.
Yeah.
Like Jones Beach, they have the band shell.
Yeah.
You know what a band shell has, that oval look.
Yep.
You got Mary, and she had like this oval thing over her, like a shell.
Okay.
And then, but it's open obviously in the front, so you can see her, like Mork's egg that he flew in when it opens up. I'd like to thank Professor Fedora. Professor Fedora showed up for the parade, and he it was so funny. He yelled out, "Don't forget, Ann, we'll always have the summer of '69," which I was born in April 1970. So yeah, so Dr. Fedora is my father.
Is your daddy?
That's cool. Never froze here. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Oh, good.
Dr. Ken Pichel is watching. Joe DeJesus watching. Joe, we're going to get to you in a second. Oh, it did freeze, according to Will Sharon. It froze for like 10 seconds. Yeah, sorry.
That's same by us.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Sorry, guys. Hi, Joe Staz. So I wanted to thank Dr. Fedora. I wanted to thank my some cousins of mine showed up. Michelle.
Yeah, people drew
Kathy,
from far
Patty.
away.
Linda Bart showed up. Yeah, we had people show up. Linda Bart came out from Mastic, which is about an hour away. My cousin Patty showed up from Brookhaven, also about an hour away. My cousin Kathy showed up from Islip, probably 20 to 30 minutes away.
Linda Bart came like she's one of the actresses that work for Tony, and she came with like this like big, hat and like all this stuff.
Glitter
and
and stuff,
and she brought her husband, and her husband, like, he had this look on his face like, she told me we were going out for ice cream. Like, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
He was like...
Jeff Bosey apologizes for not making it. That's okay, Jeff. We missed you.
It's okay, Jeff.
Scott Baker was there. Scott Baker, I really want to thank.
He lives far away.
He lives in Comac, which is probably about a half hour or 45 minutes
where
away.
He lived.
Oh, sorry. I didn't give his address.
He's not going to care.
It's a big town. You'll never find him. But I'd like to thank him because he's kind of like a new friend, kind of. I've known who he is for years. I've seen his act. He's hilarious.
Well, we've been here for like a year and a half, and so like all of our friends are.
It's been over 2 years.
Yeah, like kind of like all of our friends are kind of new, but like you know that we're just going to be better. Like some people you just know like, wow, I'm going to be friends with them, and it's going to be better every year. And Scott Baker's one of them. So
and we never met his fiancée before or his daughter, so that was really cool and nice of him to show up. Of course, my brother was there and his fiancée. Who am I missing? A friend of my brother showed. Some friends of my brother showed up. Patty Maroney, Janice, and her husband Joe. But now I'm reading Joe Staz. Hey Tony, I showed up to the parade. Also, I was live on video. Now, Joe, you live in Florida, so are you up here? Because I asked because there was one car that went by, or I don't know who the person was.
Yeah.
So
they've been talking about like, who is that car? Like I was like, oh, I think it's someone who just got stuck in the one-way traffic and beeped to and waved.
Yeah. So all right. So yeah. So that was that. We had a great time. Thank you to everybody who showed up. If I didn't mention anybody who showed up, my apologies. The Shiradas, our friend Chris Shirada, our friends the Brackers, Isaac and Joanne, and Justin. Chris and Christy Shirada with their son Chris and their daughter Sarah, they showed up, and I think that's everybody. Again, if I left
didn't even
anybody
know
out,
the
my
kids were in the
apologies.
back of the car. I just saw Chris and Chris. They were in the back of the car.
Their kids were in the back of the car.
Like, well, it's so weird. Like you want to just love people, and you just have to like respect them and like stay away. So I've just been like waving from afar.
Well, that's the thing too with these parades. You can't even really stop and talk because you're holding up a line of cars. So even that, you can't even stop and talk like you would at a party. You got to just, all right, thanks, and keep going, you know?
Yeah.
Which is probably the way my mother prefers it.
That is so not true.
Well,
The way
she stays
you
in.
portray your mother.
She hibernates. She's the first one to tell you. If she didn't have to go to work, she'd stay in all day and never go out anywhere.
Oh, that would be me too.
Yeah, see, there
I
you
could
go.
be roommates with your mommy.
Oh, God. That's not
I would love that. I would just like sit around and read books and look outside and never go out.
All right, well, speaking of quarantine life, today's quarantine life is going to be great because Joe DeJesu is hosting it.
Oh, nice.
Joe DeJesu, for those of you here in the tri-state area, News 12 is the local news station, and they've put together an online concert series every Thursday night. And last night was Joe DeJesu, so I hope you caught that. If not, go to News 12, go to their News 12 Long Island, go to their Facebook page and check out Joe. He was their featured performer last night. We are excited. Big week for Joe. He returned to Gov's Radio this past Monday, first time since this quarantine life started, and he's hosting Quarantine Life today at 2 o'clock. So we're very excited to see what he's got planned.
Yeah.
But also, also, tonight at 8 o'clock on govsradio.com, we have a bonus Quarantine Life with Mandy Jones and her husband.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So we're excited about that. Don't know what they have planned, but that's going to be cool.
Not to boss you around, but you should probably mention Carrie now so people can look forward to it and then get back to the other stuff.
Well, yeah. I posted it. I posted it this morning. Carrie Karavis, hilarious comedian, been a regular here at Governor's for a long time. She's calling in a little bit. I'm very excited to have, as always, Carrie's been very supportive of our show. So we're very excited that she's going to be calling in.
She's so funny, like tears form in my eyes when I laugh
absolutely.
at her
Yeah,
stuff. Like, you know, like the comics that like you're like, oh my God, that's so funny. You can't even believe it. And then they're the ones that actually make you like cry. And she's like one of those, you know?
All right, I'm going to get to Graz's comment in a second, but I just want to mention, speaking of bonus content here on govsradio.com, tonight, immediately after Mandy Jones does Quarantine Life, just planned, just minutes before we went on the air. In fact, I got to talk to I got to talk to Mike O'Toole to set it up. But to probably figure around 9:15ish tonight, there's going to be another domestic disturbance podcast, a live one here on govsradio.com. Carla Okerson, Mike Keegan, and Tim Siliani, the three hosts of the domestic disturbance podcast. They normally tape their episodes and they post them on certain platforms. They did a live episode with you in their first live one, but they did it here at Gov's. So tonight will be live again, obviously not in the studio. But the three of them, all three of them, well, and actually you too, we'll include you, but you're not doing the show tonight. But the three of them had the coronavirus. All three of them. Tim just getting out of the hospital, I think, about a week ago.
Yeah, I'm sitting next to Mike Keegan, and like hours later, he's like, "So I have pneumonia." I'm like, "I just sat next to you for hours."
Yeah. So, yeah, we're blaming Mike Keegan for Sallie's corona.
No.
But the three of them, all three of them had the corona, so they're going to be talking about that tonight live. And I do believe they're looking to get some Q&A stuff going as well. So that's going to be cool. So it's going to be a great Friday night here at GovsRadio.com. Don't forget, of course, tomorrow is Cruising the Pike, Cars and Comedy with Tom Galati tomorrow at 5:30. Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up tomorrow night at 7. Lots of great stuff. And now Graz mentioned, first of all, he said they had tech issues last night on Facebook. I didn't see that. I didn't watch the whole thing, Graz, but I didn't notice any issues. He says, happy birthday to your mom. Thank you, pal. But now congratulations to them. 4 years yesterday. 4 years. Yesterday was a 4-year anniversary of Limo Talk being here at Govs Radio. Congratulations to those guys. Graz being the godfather of Thursday nights here at GovsRadio.com. And Graz and Mike O'Toole, part of the original lineup here at GovsRadio.com. So congratulations to them. And we hope it's a lot more years to come with those guys. They're like the architects, the pioneers of GovsRadio.com. So congratulations to them. And last thing I have to say about their show last night was, what the hell was Mike Nicolia wearing? If you didn't see it, check it out. Yes, Tom Galati just texted me. I said it.
Yeah.
Didn't I just say it?
Yeah, but we're on delay, so he
Oh,
doesn't know that
right.
you did.
Okay.
Probably just as you were writing, Tom Galati, Tony was talking about your show, and Andy had something to say as well.
Oh, my mother. All right, I'll get to Andy. Of all the people I mentioned at the parade yesterday, I forgot my own kids.
Oh, I actually was thinking that. I was thinking, and Zach and Sammy. I was actually thinking the same
Father
thing.
of the Year.
Well, they're just such a part of your heart and soul that you think it's you.
Yes, let's go with that. Andy Plagano says he has a bit tomorrow night on Pazuzu, so looking forward to that. I enjoy Pazuzu every week because I get to hear Ken Pichel sing the theme song.
Yes, that's something.
Pazuzu.
Yeah.
So, all right, so there we go. All right, so now Carrie's due to call. All right, well, we still have a few minutes before she's due to call. Should we get to the big announcement we have?
What big announcement? Well, yeah, sure. Well, no, I'm just wondering why you took it off. So.
Well, just because I don't want to forget. She's going to call within probably another 5 minutes or so.
I won't forget.
Oh.
I want to be able to talk about the big announcement
without interruption?
Yeah.
The big announcement that you don't even know what I'm talking about?
Well, I do. I was just I thought I was confused because you were taking the phone off. So I was like, does the big announcement have something to do with the phone? It doesn't.
All right, big announcement. As you guys know, because I brag about it constantly, episode 7 of the TV show Hunters with Al Pacino. Episode 7 that I was on. Did I mention I was on episode 7?
No.
Of Hunters?
No, you wait.
Big
Wait,
close-up.
Back up.
Yep.
What?
Episode 7 of Hunters.
What?
Now, I'm going to, and I know I'm biased, but I thought this show was fantastic. I personally believe season 2, when season 2 comes, if it's just as good as season 1, this show can go down in history as being just as good as The Sopranos, Breaking Bad, and all the shows that are on that level. That's how good I think this show was. But now in the episode that I was in the scene that I was in, it was a very powerful scene. Not just because I was in it. I mean, that alone right there tells you. But the actor there were two actors, Josh
Schaefer.
Josh Radner, I think is his name. Something like that. He has a big part in that scene. And the other actor, Louis Azawa, he has the real dramatic part in the scene talking about some experiences that his character had in Vietnam. The show takes place in 1977, and his character just came out of Nam, and he talks about some of the horrible experiences there. Very powerful scene, very dramatic scene. The reason I'm bringing this up is because, do you want to?
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Let me make this like.
Well, now you made it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, okay. The reason I bring this up is because next Friday, a week from today, April 24th, the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show we'll have live on the phone with us, Louis Ozawa.
Bum, bum, bum.
His character's name was Joe on Hunters. If you've watched the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's the Japanese character who works for Al Pacino's Hunters. Great actor. He's been in Kidding on that Showtime show with Jim Carrey. He's been on Supergirl. He's been on a bunch of things. He had a big part in I think it was the last Predators movie.
Tony will call these people and say, "Hey, would you like to be on our show?" And then every once in a while, someone will say yes, and he'll go, "Wait, what? What? Wait, no, you don't understand.
You said yes?
I asked if you wanted to be on our radio show, and they say yes. Wait."
So there you go. You got what does it say there? The hero? Is that what that says?
Oh, sorry, I took it off already. The heroes, and then we're the idiots.
The hero and the idiots, right. So actor Louis Ozawa, currently starring in Hunters. He will be on the phone with us next Friday. And, of course, I am going to put him on the spot and see if he remembers me. We did get to talking a little bit on the set that day.
And I'm also going to start talking about it because I think if you haven't seen the show already, by the time we have one of the stars on, surely you people can watch it. So I don't care if I'm, ruining anything.
Well, you get one of the stars every day here. I was featured
Lori
on
said
Hunters.
She saw you. My sister said
Nice.
she saw you.
Oh yeah, it's been kind of cool. I've gotten a lot of people reaching out to me saying that they saw me, which is really cool. Except for certain people who work here at this club, who said he didn't see me and he watched the whole show.
Voldemort, we can't say his name.
And then I sent him the clip, and he's like, "Oh, look at that!" He goes, "I don't know how I missed you." And I said, "Yeah, I don't know how you missed me either." Big close up. We're very excited about that. So yeah, I mean, I'm a Marvel character because I was on the very first episode of Luke Cage.
Yes.
And now I'm a hunter.
Yes. Well, not a hunter, just almost a hunter. A hunter wannabe.
An almost hunter. Andrew Plagano says, very cool. He was the baddest ass effort on the show.
Yeah, he was. I just thought he was great. I really enjoyed his character.
Me too.
I'm so glad that he's because you never know, some characters, they're not going to be there next season. So.
And I'm telling you right now, what? Was in Sopranos Junior's pal in Psych Home?
So
who, you were, Felix?
Felix was in Sopranos.
Yeah, you got to be more specific.
Because he's asking in a question that
throws me off.
Yeah.
Or is he getting what I said confused with The Sopranos?
Maybe.
I don't know. Either way, but I'm telling you right now, prepare yourself for this interview with Louis because there'll be all sorts of spoilers.
Right, that's what I mean.
Watch the show.
We're going to talk about the season.
You got a week. It's 10 episodes. And again, I'm not just saying this because I'm biased and because I was in it. I thought this show was fantastic. I would love it this much even without, having a personal experience with it.
Me too. Yeah, absolutely. Because you were in Luke Cage or...
Luke Cage.
Cage? Yeah, which is
not to be confused with Tim Gage, the comedian.
True.
Although they're both bald.
Because Jessica Jones, it's a spinoff of the Jessica Jones series, which I loved. And the Luke Cage series, I was like, eh. But I love seeing you in it. But
I thought the first season was great.
This particular...
why did your Siri just pop on like that? That was weird.
All right, Carrie's saying the line is busy. Well, it's not
see that?
11:30.
I won't forget. I
didn't forget. I got 2 more minutes. Actually,
but that's
3.
why I turned it on because these comedians, they can't tell time. They're going to call around the given time. So you have to be prepared. Damn you.
Did you just say damn me? Oh,
yes.
Oh, yeah, you have the devil in
What
you.
did my mother just say? Are you rich now that you're famous? Is that what that said? Money grabbing, coat tail riding. But no, the answer is no. I'm not rich. Rich in life. So
rich in burgers and steaks and French fries.
Not if there's a meat shortage, damn it.
Dun dun dun.
They better take care of that. I'm scared. You're live in the Knockem Comedy Radio Show. Is this Carrie Carabas?
Yes, it is.
How are you?
I'm sleeping.
I know. In fact, I remembered around 8:30 to text you, and I actually set my alarm on my phone to text you at 10 because I'm like, I'm not waking her up now.
No, you wouldn't have woke me up. I'm up all night, and then not all night.
Yeah, you are.
I'll go to I'll go to sleep, and then I'll wake up at like 2, and then
That's
I'll wake
me.
up at 4, and then I'll wake
We're
up
on the
at
same
6.
schedule. Yeah, I do
Goodness.
exactly the same thing.
What is that about? Why are you waking up so much?
Oh, I don't know. Could it be stress?
What are you stressing over? You're home. You're relaxing. You're enjoying yourself. You're making funny videos.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. I'm home.
Well, that is one of the questions I have for you. How many kids are you down to? I figure you must have killed at least one of them by now.
No, they're both. You know what? My kids are fine. Everybody in this house is in their own world. You know, they you know, they're in their rooms. They're doing their thing with their, you know, Facebook, not Facebook, you know, their Snapchat friends or whatever.
Plus school.
But-
they have school.
Plus, they
Online.
do their schoolwork. They don't bother me with that because they know I'm dumb. But it's more of I have to do everything.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Like
yeah.
I
We saw the video of you scrubbing and cleaning and mopping and taking out the trash.
It was really funny. I'm like, the whole told time I was sitting there. I'm like, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
We
that's what I
find
do.
we were talking this morning, and we find that there's less laundry because our family is disgusting and never changes their clothes, and there's like quadruple dishes. Like
No.
every time I turn around, the sink is filled with glasses and dishes, and no one will change their shirt. It's the weirdest thing.
Well, here's the thing. My kids have piles of laundry every day, like beyond normal. Like, I'm like, you haven't gone out in a month. Why are you, you know, I make them shower every day. I'm like, I don't give a shit. You got to shower every day.
I'm like every other day, Mom.
Well, I'm like, you got to shower every day. So they shower every day, but their clothes pile up. Every week I'm doing, 30 pounds of laundry. The other day I go to my son, what is all this laundry? I go, you can wear the same pajamas every night. I mean, you know.
Right.
So I go, bring your laundry and put it in the, you know, my room, because I have the laundry room in my room.
Yeah, we saw it.
He
Oh, they have to
dumped-
go into your room to do it. Yeah, that's a drag.
Well, no, I have another set downstairs, but my basement isn't finished yet, so I'm helping them do their laundry now.
I
But
don't-
don't worry.
Yeah, I don't even like the laundry in the basement because then you're just chucking it down the stairs and stuff. I have it like it's right in the hallway of all the bedrooms. It's the greatest thing ever, and everyone just.
Well, I
pitches
didn't
it in
have
there.
that option.
It was the greatest find ever. I care about that more than like the kitchen.
No, I agree with you. But I didn't have that option, so I put it in my bedroom, and now they drop it off here. But yesterday I go to him, give me your laundry. He took the whole basket and just dumped it.
Yeah,
I actually put it on Facebook. I don't know if you saw it.
they're all such idiots, aren't they? Like it's unreal.
Really,
Yeah.
it's really, really sad. I'm very nervous, though, I got to say, because about not performing ever again.
I know.
It is kind of weird, right? I mean, we've been talking to a lot of different comedians and musicians and stuff, and everybody seems to have that fear of what the hell is going on around here.
Well,
Yeah.
what's going to happen? Are people going to go out? Are they going to risk their lives? Like, at some point, you're like, you know what? Fuck the virus.
Yes.
You know, and then you're like, oh, then you put on Facebook, and it's like, oh, this person died, and then you're hearing young people, you know, that have no health issues that got it and died.
Well,
Right.
that's the thing. I mean, you figure between eventually a vaccine is going to come. It might be a year from now, but it's going to come, and people just needing to get back to normalcy and things just gradually getting safer. But it's just a matter of when is that? Are we talking? A lot of articles are saying a lot of health experts are recommending no concerts until the fall of next year, and I'm assuming comedy shows kind of fall in the same line as that. But that's a long freaking time.
Here's the thing, though. I have two thoughts. One is flus just kind of end when this, eventually, right? Like, we're not always worried about a flu that everyone has in February all the way the next fall. So I'm hoping that it just kind of dissipates with social distancing. And the other thought I have to answer your question, like all you people, all you comics and people that are, because I'm not that, and I'm a nerd.
Clearly.
Yeah, completely. All the people that are out, they do concerts and they're playing music. I'm not that either. And I'm a complete introvert. Like, I could care less if I ever go and see anything. And I could tell you right now, I can't wait to go out. Like I'm like, I just want to go see stand-up. I just want to go see a concert. And if I'm feeling that way, everyone's going to want to go at the second you can.
Is this the longest you've gone since you started your stand-up career? Is this the longest you've gone without performing?
No. One time I took a 2.5-month break. I went to Europe and I just chilled in Europe and I did nothing. And then my first, I got back and I went and got on a plane. So I got back to Kennedy. Couple of hours went by. I did it. I took a connecting flight to Vegas and I performed for a week.
Did you? Vegas is
so
great.
So it was
for
like
that.
I had a 2.5-month break, and then the whole time on the plane going to Vegas, I was going over my ass. I'm like, I got to do a whole week, and I haven't done this in 2.5 months.
But what was the feeling when you were heading to Vegas? I mean, obviously that's a planned thing. So it wasn't like you got home and like, oh my God, I got to get to the club and just do a set. That was a planned thing. So did you really miss it? Were you really looking forward to getting to Vegas to do it, or could you have gone another month?
I was mostly nervous because of the not doing it for 2 months. 2.5 months is like a long time to have to do it.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Are you feeling it now? You feeling some withdrawals and you missing everybody, especially us?
Well, I miss you guys for sure. Withdrawals, without a doubt. The problem is that when you get into the routine of doing nothing, you are tired. You're like, oh my God, I don't even feel like going outside. Like, I'm like, every time I go outside, I feel like I have a sore throat, and I just went in my backyard.
Right.
Right. And then you saw, it's the same thing. Every time you sneeze, you're like, oh my God, did I just catch it? It's crazy.
I know. Especially with like the pollen and stuff. And it's funny. I finally got Tony's mommy finally gave me like a real mask to wear because like people are sick of seeing me with like my kid's sock on my face. Like I made this like handmade slits in these like in my kid's like old sock, and I've been wearing that at like Stop and Shop. And Tony's mommy's like, here. Take this.
It's better than having a Kotex over your face that I saw somebody wearing.
I don't know. My kid's pretty gross.
I saw somebody wearing a Kotex. I'm like, well, if you think about it, that nothing's getting through that.
Nothing's getting through that.
Yep, so it's pretty smart.
If you can protect liquid from your underwear.
N95 or whatever the N95 mask.
Oh, that's so funny.
But what was I going to say? So my nephew's a doctor at Stony Brook, telling me like, he's nice, but they're running him ragged, because he's new.
Yeah. What's his word? Like, what's his feeling?
His word is people are still coming in big time, but he says that viruses do die in the summer. Right. So in the heat, this is going to die out.
That's
so
how I
when
feel.
You say, right, but then when it gets cold again, is this going to reactivate? Or is it going to be gone for good?
No, because it's not like they're like mosquitoes dormanting. Like I think once it's done, it's done. But that's just me.
You don't think it'll come back?
I don't know.
Well, I mean the flu. I mean it's every year. You go get your flu shot,
and it's always a different flu.
But hopefully there'll be a vaccine in time if it comes back next year, and then we can
continue
a normal life.
You taking a vaccine that they just whipped up in 5 minutes? Don't vaccines have to be tried for like 10 years?
No, it's about an 18-month turnaround when they see something they want a vaccine for.
I don't know, instead of an electric chair, test it on the guy that's going to die anyway.
Yeah.
See if it works for him.
When your nephew says that people are still coming in, like, are people like appropriately coming into his hospital? Like that, like, oh my gosh, if I'm not in the hospital, bad things are going to happen. Because I feel like people still might be going there just because they're like, oh, I have a sniffle.
No, they're not doing that anymore.
Good.
They're not coming in like that. I guess they're getting scared to go near an emergency room.
I tell my kids that all the time. Like they're fighting on the lawn, and I'm like, none of you are going to the hospital. I don't care what neck got broken. You're going to wait for 2 months for me to take you anywhere.
Right. So people are like all these hospitals are COVID patients. I know people don't believe that, but all the hospitals, if you have 5 floors are COVID. I mean, there used to be one floor that wasn't, but now everybody. My friend Patrice, she's a nurse practitioner. She goes, I can't wrap another body.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
She goes, I just can't do it. I leave there and I'm just overwhelmed with wrapping people's bodies. I think I've been, I have nothing better to do but, go on the internet and just read and listen and conspiracy theories and the whole nine, right?
Yeah.
But there was one girl on there. She said, one doctor said that this looks like a high altitude.
Oh, we saw that. I know what you're going to say.
Okay, so this one girl goes, why aren't they treating it like how they would treat the high altitude sickness, right? She goes, because what it is it's oxygen leaving the body and they need more oxygen. So a lot of these doctors are giving more oxygen, whatever. But the minute they put a person on the ventilator, that's kind of like a death sentence.
Yeah.
So someone was telling me yesterday that their uncle or somebody was really sick, couldn't breathe, and they were like, we got to incubate you. He goes, no way. You're not incubating me. It's no. I'll suffer. And guess what? He lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking there's because one of the things that the virus does is there's 2 cells that are in your lung, 2 different cells, and the virus actually eats one of them, and that particular cell makes this this goop that's called surfactant, and it kind of like gels through your lungs so that your lungs don't stick together and you can get air in and air out. And they use it for premature babies when they're born because the cells aren't producing in premature babies yet. And so I was thinking, maybe surfactant for adults. Like I'm like thinking about stuff too, like some type of like.
Wait, but why? Why won't they try that?
I don't know. I actually Googled it, and there
we're
was
idiots, and we're figuring it
right.
out.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, idiots being the key word. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. Right, just try everything. Just throw it all down our throats.
Yeah, have the word of people that like the Hail Mary football toss. We have the Hail Mary down there. Let's try everything on these people.
Right.
Crazy.
So now my question is, how are you guys getting along?
We work together, then we go back to her house together. God almighty.
Look, there's 2 kind of households right now. Ones that are going to come out pregnant.
I know, right?
Yep.
I was thinking that.
And ones that are going to come out divorced.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
There's one more to that, where the third one where they're happy but very fat.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're just sitting around eating.
Yeah.
No, I can't eat. I mean, I cooked. Did you see all the cookies I made?
I did. We watched a few of your videos. You actually look like you've lost some weight.
Yeah, we're sitting there like, she's hot. Yeah.
And I have to say, I saw the one video where you're talking about your hair. I think your hair looks great.
Yeah,
long.
your hair looks great.
I like it long.
Well, I just dyed it, but a different color because I didn't have the color my girl does it.
You dyed it green?
But, yeah, I dyed it green. But here's the thing. I can't eat when I'm stressed out. I can't
like
eat
that too.
when I think the whole world is dying. I don't know how anybody else can, but, I don't know.
Well, all right, so without getting, too serious or too personal, but can I ask what you're stressed about? Is there, like, this? Is it financial? Is it this uncertainty of we're getting out of this?
If we're going to get sick.
Well, no, I know we're going to eventually get out of this, but it's the financial. First of all, I've been trying to get unemployment for the last week. Right. They don't answer their phone.
Right.
Yep.
Everyone's been saying that. It's crazy.
So obviously, I'm not going to be getting any money. And then
did you get your stimulus?
No, I didn't get that either.
What the hell?
You didn't get
exactly.
yours?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Yeah, I got mine.
We don't talk
a couple
much.
days ago.
Look at that. He's hiding it from you.
Isn't that unreal? You find it on the air.
What? I wasn't hiding it. It's just, what are we spending it on? There's nothing to do.
It's not like we've seen each other.
You can find stuff. Macy's is still open.
Macy's is still open?
Yeah, I mean, like online.
Oh, all right, great. I'm going to, just what I'm going to do. I'm going to go online and, what am I going to look for? Masks? What am I getting nice clothes for? I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, no, I didn't get anything. So it's like today I think I'm going to call I got my car payment deferred. You know, it's like
Nice.
for a couple of months till June. So let's see if anything opens up. But I got to call my credit cards down and be like, listen, bro, I don't think next month you're getting your payments.
Right. Yeah, that I keep saying that. There's got to be some kind of freeze on things like credit cards, mortgages, and rent. I mean, because most people aren't making anything. They got to be. There's got to be some kind of freeze. Man.
When you got the car people to like delay it till June, are they going to charge you more for it when you start paying again? Because that's what I heard. If like some places are doing that. Like, sure, we'll delay it, but then you have to pay an extra, $200.
Nope.
Good.
They didn't say that to me, but if
Damn
they
straight.
throw that on, I don't care. I'll pay the $200. It's better than paying $200 than no $100.
Right.
Well, yeah, true.
I mean, well, it's better paying $200 than getting your car repoed.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
So you
Look, I had my alarm on. Like I had it on every 5 minutes, so I don't miss your call.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you for that.
You're the best. Carrie's always supporting us and making us laugh. And would you normally dye your hair, or are you taking a chance now? Being that the salons aren't open.
Well, I'm doing it myself. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, right? So basically, I went to hairdress. First, I started my career off as a makeup artist, and I became a special effects makeup artist in Hollywood.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No need to. Yeah,
Yeah, that's neat.
Well,
That's cool to
and
know.
then I went to. So then I became a makeup artist. Then I decided to do comedy. So I started doing comedy. But in the meantime, I thought if I have kids, how am I going to do comedy and have kids? So I decided to go to hairdressing school. So I went to hairdressing school. I got my license. So I know how to cut hair and dye hair and do all that.
Nice.
I mean, I won't cut my own. I did it once, but I ain't going to do it again.
You're a hairstylist and you'll never cut your own hair? Wow.
No, you can't. It's hard to look in the mirror and move your hand.
Sure.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So then so after all this, I get my license. I'm like, I'll probably open up a salon and I'll still do my comedy. But I decided, why? I'll do a restaurant.
Oh, right. I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, so that's why I cook all the time, because I know how. But, who wants to do this every day, morning, noon, and night?
It's funny, like one of the things that you touched on in one of your videos is, how we all went food shopping for this. We all went food shopping for the quarantine so that we could relax and not go to the store every other day. And you said exactly what's happening with my place. It's like a day and a half in, they ate it all. It's like,
did you see the video I did?
yeah,
you
and
talked about chips.
I was like, that's exactly what happened. I'm not going back out for potato chips for you people. No.
Wait, no. Did you see the video? No. Did you see the video I did where I get up and I go to the refrigerator?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. That one doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, so I go to the fridge and I'm like, I'm hungry. Maybe I'll come back later. And then all of a sudden I go 5 minutes later, I open it up and it's completely cleared out, the whole thing. I'm like, guys, they eat. I'm like, how much can these little buggers eat? It's
When I was a kid, you could have 3 cookies. I don't know how that, I think families across the land 40 years ago, you got 3 cookies. They just sit there with a box in their lap and eat the whole entire thing. I think my parents would have had a stroke.
But we would have got smacked when we were kids too.
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
don't get it.
So I bought 2 boxes of organic strawberries. I washed them. I cut them. It takes about, for me to wash everything, I wash everything and this is even before
Yeah,
COVID.
sure.
Wow.
Right.
I would soap and water wash everything.
Yeah, me too.
Nice.
I just did all my fruits and veggies and whatever. So I do this. It takes me about a half hour. I put a big bowl of strawberries on the counter, whatever. I'm thinking,
People
literally,
can pick all day long.
I come back not even a half hour later, and they have the bowl on the couch with them while they're watching TV, devoured the whole thing. There was like maybe 3 or 4 strawberries left. And I looked at my husband, and I go, are they serious?
Yeah.
I mean, there are other people in this house. Like, I cut them so I could have a few strawberries.
Or they complain like, oh, you didn't get that brand of cookies. I'm like, I don't think you people know what the shelves are like right now.
Unbelievable.
Well, at least it was strawberries though instead of cookies and chips. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I try to stay that way, but whatever. It's so. It's like I got to get out. Sometimes I get in my car, and I just drive around the block.
Oh, well, yeah, we've done that.
Mm-hmm. Well, just to get your car battery going,
Yeah, and just to get away.
Well,
and then,
Do you wear a mask on your face like those dorks, or are you a
car.
non-car mask wearer?
No, I don't wear a mask in the car. Why would I wear a mask?
You haven't
that's
seen
right.
that? Like, I'll be driving by, I'll see
on the road
people.
doing
I'm like,
that.
why are you alone in a car with the mask on?
But here's the thing: if they told us it's airborne and that it's in the air when I'm walking in the street, then I'll wear a mask. But I don't believe that it's in the air like that.
Oh, what do you believe?
It's in the air and in moisture. Like if people cough or sneeze, it'll hang in the air for a long time.
They've already said that it's too heavy. It will not. It'll be in the air, but it'll drop before 10 feet to the floor.
Oh,
okay, good.
So don't roll around in the grass.
Yeah, it'll be on the floor. It won't be on you. So it'll be on your feet, I guess. But
so we're safe in the supermarket. We're not rolling around on the floor in the supermarket to get our food. So we're good.
Look, here's what I want. A month ago, we were all in the grocery stores when it was rampant, right? Or most contagious. We were all in the grocery stores, no masks, no gloves, no nothing.
Yep.
I mean, I always, before this, because I had germ issues, would take the Purell and do the whole handle, because I'm not touching anybody's hands.
Yeah, me and Tony have like a complete different way of looking at handshakes. He loves shaking people's hands. Like he thinks it's like this warm way of coming up to a friend of his, and it's beautiful to watch him shaking hands. It's like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, stop touching people's hands.
All right, that's a good question for Carrie then.
I don't think that's coming
Carrie,
back. I think people are gonna like see stand up and music again. I don't think people are gonna go back to shaking hands.
I know here, especially Governors. I don't know about other comedy clubs, but I know here Governors, they really do like when you guys go out, into the lobby after the show and kind of, see the people as they're leaving and stuff. You must get people trying to shake your hand all the time. Say, hey, that was a great set. Oh my God, you're so funny. Thank you so much. You must get that all the time. I mean, do you shake hands? Like even before this, did you shake hands? You mentioned that you had a germ thing. So did you always back away and just say thank you very much and just pull your hand away? What do you? Do you agree with Sallie that handshakes should something of the past?
150%.
Oh my goodness!
I never liked it. First of all, they don't
want
only
heebie-jeebies all over me from other people's hands.
They don't only shake your hand; they pull you into them and they hug you. So James knows that I'm a super freak when it comes to germs, and I made him buy a big, gigantic bottle of Purell. So
that's so funny.
People come out, I shake their hands. I'm like, yeah, thank you, take pictures, blah blah blah. Then they leave, and then I go right over to James. I'm like, give me the Purell. I'll even put it on my face if I feel like
people
they
are kissing
me.
you too much.
No, I'll put it on my hands. I'll wipe my hands down. Then I'll put it again on my hands. Like first, I'll put it on my hands, and then I'll wipe it with a tissue.
I love the hug. I mean, I'm sure that's just as bad, but I don't know. It doesn't seem grimy to me as shaking hands.
Listen, people don't know how to hug, and they don't know how to kiss. Chris Roach, I taught Chris Roach how to kiss somebody. I go, when someone leans in to give you a kiss, it's a cheek to cheek, not your big fat lips on my face to leave wet marks. Because one time he left a wet mark on my face. I go, really, Roach? You put your lips and your wet slip like.
I love him.
Fit on me?
When he hugs me, he actually picks me up, and I'm 2 feet off.
Sally
the ground.
disappears when Chris Roach hugs you.
Because I'm such a dwarf. Like when he comes in this big Paul Bunyan guy, and I'm my legs are flailing side to side.
You know what? That's what you should go for Halloween. Jolly Green Giant and and what was the guy's name?
Sprout.
And Squirt. Well, Sprout. The little guy.
That's a great idea. Sally's wearing green right now, actually.
I know.
All right, so when this is all over, you got to come in here and give us a lesson on what the proper hug and kiss is. I'm curious to see this.
Well, the kiss is cheek to cheek. There's no more putting your lips on my face.
I just like a hug. I don't need lips on my face.
You mean the cheek to cheek where people pucker up but they don't actually touch each other's face?
Yeah, I don't like that either. Just hug someone with your face off
No,
their face.
you could touch my cheek with your cheek.
No, that's what I'm saying, but not. That's what snotty people they come in with the fake.
Yeah, I hate that.
They pucker up, but they don't actually make contact with the lips.
Like
That's what you're saying?
Like people
But
just like put their
but wait
face
a minute.
at you.
So who's getting the lips on the face? Is it me putting my lips on your face? Because you both can't put lips on the face together.
I think
Someone's
people
giving
should
it to you.
keep their faces apart and just hug.
Here's what I think. Everybody stay 6 feet away from me from here on in. How about that? How about it was a great show. Take care. Bye-bye. Take your germs and move along.
How about just
I'm
text
not,
me later?
Just stand in the box office waving through the window. Thank you. People are going to be sitting. What is this? People are going to be sitting 6 feet apart in a club? Come on.
No,
If we die early, we die early. We got to, we can't take all the love and affection out of it.
We can.
No, we can't.
Yeah, we can.
Damn it. I'm a
Listen,
hugger.
my husband has his own room. He's being
Yeah,
quarantined.
I wanted to ask you about that. Why?
Yeah,
Because
that's on our
none of you in your house are sick, right? Or have been sick.
No.
And
but
so
we
you make
keep
him
it
sleep in his
that
own
way.
room?
This is
Well,
the
I'll
best
tell
thing
you
that ever
why.
happened to Carrie. She's like, good, go get your own room. I don't want to get sick.
No explanation as to why he's sleeping in a different room if none of you are sick.
I'm going to explain why. He was working on the railroad every day. So
Yeah.
he was out there,
Exposed.
and none of the guys in his gang got tested positive, but a few other guys on the railroad got tested positive. So I go to him. You don't know if the guys you're working with, even though they're working outside, I don't know if any of them are testing positive. So you need to stay in there just in case.
Well, what about he walks through the kitchen? He hugs.
I know, but I'm behind him with the Clorox bleach.
You're following him around
Like
that.
wherever he goes, you follow him around and clean.
Well, let's say he eats dinner. I clear his plate and I Clorox bleach. Like all you have to do is put water in a little thing with a cap full of bleach, and that is
Plenty.
golden.
Yeah.
So you spray down whatever he's at. You wipe it down. It's done. Now whoever goes to sit there is not going to grab his germs.
Is he still essential? Still working?
No, he's been off for it's going to be 3 weeks.
And you still doing this? There's no way he still has germs.
I know. Now I'm not doing it. Now
Now you're just like, yay, my own bed.
Now I'm just. Well, here's the thing. He likes to go to bed early.
Yeah.
He watches. He's got a TV in his room. The only 2 rooms that have TVs is the guest room and my bedroom. The kids' rooms have no TVs. So he goes in his room, he watches his TV, whatever he wants. But I am up at night doing the kids' laundry, cleaning. I have so much going on in my room that he wants the lights out, and I'm watching TV, whatever.
Right.
So, plus Mario Bosco calls 1,000 times a night.
Oh, my goodness.
With everybody from Governors on the chat with all the people.
That's great. I'm trying to make love to my wife late at night before bed, and there's Mario's voice.
Calling.
Hey, pal, what are you doing?
Yeah. Every day, Mario calls me. This is what he says. Hi. I go, hi, Mario. How you doing? He goes, do you think this is the end of the world? Every day, it's the same question. I go, yes, it is the end of the world. What should we do today?
Oh, I'd strangle him.
It's the end of the world, Mario. What do you want to do?
Say goodbye, Mario. Wow.
Well, no, you're right. I think at some point people are going to be like, already they're demonstrating in North Carolina and in, I think, Michigan.
Yes, Michigan, yes.
They've had it.
They're showing up at the governor's office with rifles.
Yeah, they're getting a little cranky.
What the hell?
But they can't. They got to, stay away, Just do it now.
Meanwhile, they're protesting and half of them have masks on.
Right.
Isn't that a contradiction of what you're fighting for?
Yeah, oxymoron.
But even so, what are they even fighting for? Is it their governor's fault that there's a virus going around? It's so weird.
Well, here's another thing. Sweden, look it up. I saw it yesterday on the news.
Yeah.
Sweden, the country, has not shut down, not one iota.
And how are people dying or what?
Their contamination rate is the same as ours, and their death toll is the same as ours.
Wow.
So it hasn't surpassed us, or it hasn't surpassed any other country. It's just the weak and the old, whatever, are getting sick and dying. So what they're saying is keep your people with the bad immune systems and older people away. Stay away from them.
And go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But Norway has a significantly lower death rate and contagion rate because they have lockdown. And
I was going to bring up Norway because they completely did everything that everyone else probably should have done the first second, and they're really doing well.
It's funny how everyone's they're blaming Trump. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a big Trump supporter I'm not either side. I'm my own thought of what's going on. But they're all blaming Trump for not shutting down. And I remember he shut down the beginning of March, I think it was. He shut China down.
Right.
And everyone was like, why's he shut down? And then I'm like, well, he should have shut down China, Europe, everybody should have got shut down when he made that shutdown. But everybody on every side. I remember Pelosi. I remember Trump. Trump said it was a hoax. Pelosi was like, it's just the flu. Fauci, that little monkey-looking guy.
Yeah.
He looks like the little spider monkey that you put on your shoulder? Doesn't he look like that? He's a tiny little old man.
Used to buy in the supermarkets, those little pouches.
Remember the little monkey? Yeah, remember them? They were cute. He reminds me of a little monkey. He's so adorable.
Little Curious George.
And he's sitting there telling everybody it's like the flu, no worries, don't worry. They were all downplaying it. I don't even know if they knew the severity of it.
I don't know that they were lying. I mean, it was just, it took everyone a little, we're all human. It took everyone a little while to catch up to the reality of what was going to have to happen.
But you mentioned the immune systems, that's a Carlin bit. Remember, he talked about that. We got
What do you mean?
He said in a bit where people are they're too concerned about germs. You got to build up your immune systems by licking each other's faces and just being out there in the world.
Well, when I say immune system, I mean make sure you're loaded up on your vitamins and you take your green intake. Like the American diet is fast food shit, McDonald's garbage. That destroys your immune system.
Right.
I mean, it was proven. The guy ate McDonald's for 40 days or whatever.
Yeah, supersized me.
Supersized me, and he was dying. His organs were failing. So when you're eating that diet, you're overweight, you're diabetic. This is the American diet, and your body can't fight everything.
Right.
But it's fun.
What's fun?
Eating McDonald's.
No.
And going to the comedy club.
Yes.
All these things are
fun.
Anyway, just gotta have fun.
Back to what I was trying to say is everybody's quick to throw the blame on everybody else, but I think they all messed up. Both sides, all sides, those people messed up. The fact that, they're like, oh, he's not releasing ventilators. First of all, Cuomo had money 2 years ago to buy 16,000 ventilators, and he didn't. All these governors of all these states I don't know what they're doing with all the money, but they ain't putting it in the healthcare system. Right. So I think this is now they're wanting the money to save their hospitals, but it's like it's like me going, honey, I don't know why we can't pay our bills because I've just spent millions of dollars on all our credit cards, and I've overwhelmed us with other expenses that if we didn't have, we'd be fine. So you can't pass the buck. Own your shit. That's all I'm saying. All these governors and all these states are stealing the money from the people that are hardworking, giving your taxes in so you can have these things if you need them. And why don't we?
Right.
Every time you go over the Verrazano Bridge, you're paying $20.
I know.
Where's
Where's
that
it all
money?
going?
Right.
I know the taxes on Long
Where's
Island
this
are
money?
crazy.
Well, that's
So don't pass. It's like, don't pass the buck. You're all a bunch of thieves.
That's
all
it.
of you.
That's
Both
what it comes
sides,
down to.
You're all thieves, and
Right.
you can all go F yourselves now, because now you're trying to pass the buck on who did what and what. You're all a bunch of jerk-offs.
Yeah.
So
No
how
argument.
about give the people back, and their $1,200 is bullshit, okay?
Yes, agreed.
How about give the people back their money that you rightfully robbed from them?
This is the Carrie I like, the feisty one that starts yelling.
Well, it's good points.
No, absolutely. I'm
But
hoping
you know
that.
what? I'm so tired of people passing the buck. It's like,
Right.
don't pass the buck. Don't try to blame somebody else. Don't try to make it look like you're all a bunch of crooks. You're all a bunch of thieves, and you all suck. Because you're not there for the little guy. You're there for yourself.
Right.
We're the little guys.
Well, that's the thing. But, in the old days, I guess, say when we were kids, before there was all these different news channels. I mean, you look at the news now. Most of the news is this politician said this about that politician, and it just talks about how they're fighting with each other like little kids, where nobody's held accountable anymore.
Right. They got
You
good at arguing.
You have some politicians that go to jail, and then 3 years after they get out, they're all of a sudden back in office. It's crazy. They don't take account for anything, and like you said, they're just stealing our money, taking our money. Doesn't matter Republican and Democrat. They're just taking our money, and then they're unprepared for real situations like this.
It doesn't matter Republican or Democrat. Remember, Carlin said it the best. He said it's a big club, and you ain't in it.
That's right.
You ain't in it, buddy, because you're not
true.
the 1%. You're not that 1% rich elite that's going to get the ventilator if you need it, or that's going to get the organic food that's non-GMO. You're not going to get these people that are really rich. They're not going to get the vaccine, because the vaccine could be more damaging than the actual virus itself.
Sure. Right.
So they're not getting it. From what I understand, I saw, I don't know how true it is, but I saw online that Bill Gates doesn't vaccinate his kids. One of his doctors, one of the pediatricians, was like, he refuses to get his kids vaccinated. But you can get your kids vaccinated?
Well, and speaking of which, and don't forget, the whole 5G thing was Bill Gates. He started this whole pandemic was all him.
Tony's kidding.
Well, who knows? These are all conspiracy theories, but, it's like a rumor. Some rumors, some stereotypes have some truth. I don't know if he gets his kids vaccinated. I have no idea. I mean, he might not. But somebody put it out there and said he doesn't do it.
And if you've had, what if you've had the virus? Like, do you have, like
you don't need to get it again.
Yeah, like me and my son Sam, we had it. So do we have to go get it, the vaccine for it?
It's funny how people go, I get the flu shot every year. Well, you know what? Good for you. I don't get the flu, knock on wood. I don't get the flu, knock on wood. But that on the flu shot, they supposedly there's a disclaimer saying that by the 5th flu shot, your chances of getting dementia are 30% greater.
Oh, that explains a lot.
No, it does, because my father died of dementia, and he used to get it every year.
Yeah, I don't get
my
the flu shot
mother
either.
used to make him get it every. So none of his brothers or sisters get it.
I mean, we're all
flu shot.
vaccinated and stuff for everything that we've ever needed, but
Yeah, but you know what's
like
funny?
the flu
We've been
shot every year, I don't
vaccinated-
do that.
How many shots did you get when you were a kid? 5?
I mean,
Right.
we all have
Yeah.
that big scar thing on our arm, as kids.
Okay, but how many did you get all together in your whole lifetime? 5, 7?
Right. It's true. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Okay, how many do you think they get now?
Right. It's like 70, every time they go.
Yeah.
72 shots now under the age of whatever, 5.
Come on. Is that
So-
are you joking, or is that the real number?
No, that's the real number.
Carrie,
How about
Carrie, I've got 2 kids, and my older one, he was just, no one knows why, he was just born premature. He was a pound. So here's this 3-month-old baby who's still a month earlier before he's supposed to be born, right? So picture, he's like, I don't know, 2.5 pounds at this point. And we're in Children's Hospital, a great hospital in California, and they're like, time for his vaccinations. I'm like, wait, back the fuck up, what? And they're like, no, it's 3 months, we have to give him immunity. I'm like, What? And yeah, so Sam got like vaccinated when he was like 2.5 months.
Yeah, well,
Crazy.
you should have said no at that point because.
Well, and they said they're like, we know how you feel. That's how everyone feels, but like we don't want him to get this stuff.
Right. Yes.
Okay, but the baby's not going to get it. The babies can't fight this. First of all, if anybody does their research on how many kids they have to announce how many kids die after the shot, right? So if anyone does the research and goes from the hepatitis B shot that the kid gets in the hospital from the minute it's born and it's off of your immune system for 5 seconds and they shoot it up with a shot, right? You got
your milk hasn't even come in yet, and they're shooting them up.
Yeah, his liver's not working by itself. Everything's just starting to. Why would I do that? I was like, get lost. You ain't giving my kids any shots until I'm ready. And then I did at like 3 months, 4 months, whatever. I started the shots, but now I'm starting to think, what is their agenda to push? They want to approve 200 more shots for kids.
200?
Yeah, 200 more shots. They want to approve 200 more shots. What is this agenda to get that many vaccines in your kid?
Yeah, that's scary.
I don't get it.
It just makes, like, when you think about it, I just kind of think, follow the money, I guess. It's probably the money.
I guess, but you know what they're doing now? So they did the measles, mumps, and the rubella shot. They did all 3 in one. It was one shot, bang, in the kid, right? Now they want to do a shot that has 6 in one. 6 in one. Now your body's immune system is going, all your soldiers of your immunity are fighting these viruses, and it's leaving your body now defenseless for anything else. Like, I don't know. I just feel like not one shot for each kid. Like, each kid should have its own evaluating. Like, if your kid has some kind of underlying condition, he should not get the same shot a healthy kid should get.
Yeah, I always made them, like, separate it out. I was like one of those pain in the ass mothers. Like, I don't mind coming back next week for the next one, and they'd roll their eyes, and I'd be back.
No, I did that too. I one shot at a time. I never did all.
Yeah, I was like, sorry. And I even said, I was like, I know I'm being an idiot.
They want to take our parts out so they can all make us bionic and then control us through 5G.
Listen, those conspiracy theories. I don't mind giving shots to my kids. I don't mind taking, I think some of them are some of them are necessary. You know what I mean? But but I just think you can't. Somebody told me that they came from another country and they made the kid get 9 shots in one. I mean,
God.
9.
That's insane, man. That kid must have felt like shit for weeks.
Yeah.
They're like, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Oh, wow. Really? But how do you know it's not going to cause something else down the road?
Right.
All those toxins that I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they're injecting us with. You really don't know anyway, right? Would you know what's in there?
No, of course
not. And they always,
not.
like, the doctors always start out by saying, I take one every year, and, like flu shots. I get a flu shot every year. I give it to all my family.
My kids get this. My kids get this. I'm like, good. Good for your kids.
Right. Let us know how that works out for your kid. All right, well, there you go with its conspiracy theories. Oh, that's the name of a show. Carrie's Conspiracy Theories.
You know how many I've read since I've been in lockdown? If you start reading them or watching videos, because these videos are professionally made.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there, yeah.
Have you watched any of them?
Unfortunately. Because whether you agree or not, it's just the fact that it's, as we're in this lockdown, it's just not healthy for your brain, because then you start to fear what the hell is going on.
It's a form of entertainment too, because you wouldn't be watching it
if you can keep it there. Yes.
But when you watch these conspiracy theories and you go, and all of a sudden you're like halfway in, and you're like, "Holy crap!
Right?
This could be real."
Exactly.
This could be real, and you're like, now you're getting an anxiety attack. Your adrenaline's going. You're like calling all your friends. You're like, I got to send you this. You got to say this. And one of my friends was like, are you retarded? What is wrong with you?
Like, what happened to you?
It's true. You go into it, thinking this is going to be fun. And then you're like, what the hell am I watching here? And then you're all scared. It's crazy. I'd rather watch Carrie Kravis live on Crackle.
Yes.
How about that? How about that?
I would rather you watch that, too, because it's funny.
There you go. It was extremely funny. And, of course, there's Carrie Carabas, comedian on YouTube.
Yes.
Yes. But you know what? What we really want as human beings in closing of this conversation is we just want to have our little life, a little happiness here and there, a little parties, a little barbecues. That's all we want.
That's it. It
Leave
really
us
is that
alone.
simple. Right. It really is that simple. Especially now with this weather coming. Hopefully we can, hopefully there's some sanity if we at least go out to the backyard and hang out with your family.
Have a barbecue.
But I'm hoping this nice weather, at least it lifts up some spirits.
I'm hoping it's lifted a little bit by the 4th of July. I know I'm probably being naive, but I love 4th of July and gathering with friends and having a barbecue.
I think it will be. I think by June everybody will be out again.
I hope so.
And I hope for your sake and all the comedians that the club is back open again soon too. So we
I
can
hope
all
so
get
too,
back
but the
there.
problem is people have been cooped up. They're not going to go watch the summer months. The summer months are the worst months for comics because nobody goes to comedy clubs.
Yeah, but this time, I think people might be a little slow to get out because they're going to be scared. But if things are, like Sallie, like you're saying, if it's June or July that things start to get open, I think eventually within maybe another 2 or 3 months after that, people are going to just flood places like the comedy clubs.
If it starts raining in July, that'd be good.
Yeah. I think they're dying to. I think people are already dying to get out and just do something. So I think the concerts, comedy clubs, sports. I think it's going to be a huge boom. I think people are just going to be able to go back to work.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we all need a vaccination of fun. Can we get a vaccine for fun?
So basically, you're just saying we should just shoot up heroin.
No. No. I'm not about drugs. No, we need a vaccine for fun. Can you vaccinate us for fun?
Well, let your husband back in the damn room and maybe you'll have some fun, damn it.
Yeah.
He hasn't had all
I'm
his
with you on
shots
that.
yet. I'm waiting. He's got to get all his shots before he's allowed back in.
So you'll pump him with 9 shots at once.
He needs them.
So fun.
All right, Carrie Carabas, as always, we appreciate the support.
Yeah, thanks, Carrie.
You spent a lot of time with us today. Always great hanging out and talking to you. And again, much appreciated. And we really do hope to see you soon, man. This is crazy.
I know. I love you guys. I love you both.
Right back at you. And
Yeah.
all the best to you and your
where's
family.
Eric? You guys threw him out?
Well, yeah, he doesn't have his shots.
Well, yeah, I don't blame you.
We're already infecting each other, and we're the only 2 in here. So nobody's barely
we don't
been
have
in the
guests
buildings,
inside
let alone the studio. So we figure we'll still come in. But yeah, Eric.
Well, let me ask you: does anyone use that room besides you guys?
Nope. We actually we're the only ones that have the key.
Good. All right. Good.
All right. We'll talk to you soon, Carrie. Thanks so much.
Bye, Carrie. Thank you.
Stay safe. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye, Carrie. There you go. Whoops. The hilarious Carrie Carabas, ladies and gentlemen. Great comedian. It's been around a while. Check out her special on Crackle. Just when did it come out? Maybe, I don't know, 6 months ago. It's hilarious. Check it out. And she's got videos on Carrie Carabas, comedian on YouTube. Lots of great stuff there with Carrie. So we thank her for her time. It's time for us to take off. Again, don't forget Quarantine Life at 2 o'clock with Joe DeJesu. Tonight at 8, a bonus episode of Quarantine Life with Mandy Jones and her husband. Immediately after that, there's going to be the Domestic Disturbance special podcast with Carla Okerson, Mike Keegan, and Tim Ciliani. Tomorrow at 5:30, Cruising the Pike, Cars and Comedy with Tom Galati. Tomorrow night at 7, Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up with Ton Sill. And then we're back here on Monday at 11. We hope you guys have a great weekend. We hope the weather's good, so you at least go outside with your families. We hope you stay healthy, sane, happy. Just let me check real quick. Make sure there's nothing that I missed. Everything going on at Govs Radio. Don't forget the teespring.com to buy your Govs Radio swag. Don't forget the Boxcast app on your smartphone, on your smart TVs, and all your smart devices. The Boxcast app where you can see Govs Radio shows, govsradio.com, as well as social